I've never had an iPhone. For the past 8 years, Samsung has been my best friend. Today, we have the iPhone 14 Pro. On its display, we have a peel plus punch hole, aka Dynamic Island, ceramic shield on the front, matte glass on the back, glossy stainless steel on the sides. Definitely going to be a fingerprint lover. As usual, you get the iPhone and the charging cable, which is a USB-C to Lightning cable. No Type-C to Type-C yet, but probably expect that to come next year. Paperwork, an Apple sticker, and that's all that comes in the box. As usual, no charging brick, no wired earbuds. Probably a matter of time before the only thing that comes in the box is an empty box. I got the US version, which uses eSIM only. So now I have to visit the branch of my network provider, MTN, for them to swap my physical SIM card with eSIM. Let's go! But before that, let's go and get a kiss for this bad boy before our village people will have chance to strike. Let's go!
So I just left MTN office and it turns out that eSIM is currently not working. For the past 2 weeks, it hasn't been working. I think they're having an issue with it and I'm working on it. And this thing is so funny because before I even ordered this iPhone, I made a lot of inquiries from MTN customer care, spoke to their customer care and all. And they assured me that eSIM is working and that it's working well. So bottom line, if you're planning on getting the US model of any of the iPhone 14s, you should probably consider holding on. Else you'll be stuck with a phone that doesn't have cellular connection and you won't be able to make phone calls or send messages. Definitely MTN is going to work on it and eSIM is going to be working, but at the moment it's not working. When will it be working? I have no idea. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. And if you're using Airtel or Glo, just completely forget about getting the model that uses only eSIM, because Airtel and Glo don't have eSIM support. Currently it's just MTN and 9mobile. I don't know if 9mobile zone is functioning. For now, if you have an iPhone that uses only eSIM, hopefully you can make do with WhatsApp and other platforms that still allow you to make phone calls. Anyways, enjoy your Dynamic Island. Cheers! We are currently recording this video using the front-facing camera of the iPhone 14 Pro, 12-megapixel front-facing camera with autofocus. To be honest, when Apple announced during the unveiling that the front-facing camera now has autofocus, I was like, oh wow. So are you trying to say that the previous iPhones didn't have autofocus? It was just really funny because, like, how are people making videos using the front-facing camera if it doesn't have autofocus? Anyways,
let's talk about the rear cameras real quick. We have 3 cameras at the back just like last year, but this time the wide camera is now 48 megapixels. That's a 4 times bump up from last year's model, which was only 12 megapixels. The sensor sizes are now much bigger, which means better quality, which is a plus, but the lenses are now also larger, resulting in a much bigger camera bump, which I'm not a fan of, because when you put it on the table, the lens rests directly on the table, which makes it to get dirty easily. So carrying a clean or microfiber cloth everywhere you go seems to be a must if you plan on taking pictures without dirt on the lens. We have cinematic mode, which was introduced in the iPhone 13 series last year. It's a feature that allows you to change what you want to be in focus when editing, but it was limited to 1080p in the iPhone 13 series. This year we can now shoot cinematic mode videos in 4K, which is a really nice upgrade. 4K 24 and 4K 30 frames per second. Hopefully 4K 60 comes in the future iPhone. It works both on the 1x wide lens and the 3x telephoto lens. When shooting in a normal video mode or when taking pictures, you have access to 4 optical zoom ranges. 0.5x, which is a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens, 1x, which is the new 48 megapixel wide lens that we spoke about earlier, 2x, which is basically using 12 megapixels from the 48 megapixels of the wide lens, which makes it still kind of decent as it's not just digitally zooming in using software. And then we have the 3x telephoto lens, which is 12 megapixels as well. Where you will really benefit from the 48 megapixels or the wide lens is when taking raw pictures. You'll be able to get a full 48 megapixel image when you shoot in RAW with the wide lens. The image quality is way better when you're cropping on the 48 megapixel RAW photo compared to the non-RAW photo, and it doesn't over-sharpen like the non-RAW photo does. But the downside of shooting in RAW is the humongous file sizes, which ranges from 50 megabytes to 105 megabytes per image. You also have to wait for about 3 seconds after taking a RAW picture before you can take another. So shoot in RAW if you're not in a hurry, and if the large file size is something that isn't an issue for you.
This is the ultra wide lens. This is the wide lens. This is the 2x lens. And this is the telephoto lens. Whoa, telephoto looks really good. Yeah.
Now, if you want to learn more about the new iPhones, then you can click on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video.